Good old Kendrick Lamar popped out, literally.
It had to show.
And had to show. Thank you.
On Juneteenth.
On Juneteenth,
yes, indeed.
With a very, very well thought out, well executed show on Amazon Prime. But it is my belief, and this is just, I know Lone hates the people. If you watch the show, you know what that means. It's my belief that Kendrick may be, his ultimate goal may be misunderstood or maybe a little bit overlooked. I didn't realize what it was until I saw towards the end of the show. They started doing the unity push and everybody was on the stage. I thought it was a dope moment. Mm-hmm. Then he goes to the hood, goes back to Compton and shoots a video. DeMar DeRozan's still there. All these kids are still there. And I think the conversation about he's not the new Pac and he's just doing this because
I'm tired of comparisons.
That's what I'm getting to, bro. It's like he's not the new Pac. And he just has a lot of people that likes him where he's from in his hood and all this. I think that takes away from what he's actually trying to do. Like the comparisons, I don't care about those. I'm going to be alone now. I don't care about that. Pac was in our era. We grew up, whatever. This is his moment, and this is the way that he's doing it. So how do y'all feel about that? Because I thought the concert was dope, but I feel like a lot of Drake's... When I say Drake, I'm talking about the stands or people that are with him now for no reason. They really just hate Kendrick. They're all just coming out in droves now.
All those cronies.
Bro, like the Drake fans that are not Drake fans are coming out in droves now. Like they're finding every reason to be mad that he's in his own hood.
They've been outside.
But Terry, they on 10 now.
But let's cut one thing real quick. Kendrick is not Tupac.
No.
Thank you.
We know this.
We know.
And that's fine.
Thank you.
And nobody thinks that he is.
He's not trying to be Tupac, though. That's
exactly.
the thing.
God,
the problem with today's general temperature of things is anybody that's great and at the top of their game, they have to be compared to somebody.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's sports, if it's acting, if it's music. They have to have a comparison.
Right.
The reason why Kendrick is gravitating towards Pac, because you have to understand when Kendrick was a kid, Pac was at the height of the rap game for the West Coast.
Facts.
So he witnessed that. He witnessed how people reacted to Pac records.
California Love video shoot.
Absolutely. That doesn't mean he wants to emulate and be like Pac, and you can see that from his actions.
True.
There's nothing about Kendrick's raps. Well, I take that back. Pac had a couple different sides. So there are poetic verses from Kendrick, obviously, but there's not the machismo, bravado, pump your chest out, so to speak, type rap from him.
There's not the Machiavelli type.
Machiavelli was actually more poetic than some of the other stuff.
All Eyes on Me.
But it did have some bravado, a lot of bravado in there, a lot of, I hate to say womanizing things, because Pac also had the Dear Mamas and the Keep Your Head Up and things of that nature.
Can you get away? He had things that were specific
because Kendrick is, to his point, is me against the world. Like that type of Tupac and, Dear Mama and Brenda and all that. Like
but he's still in his own lane. The way that Kendrick tells stories and the way that Kendrick represents the culture is not the same way that Pac did. Pac, and a lot of people say or just assume that Pac would have been this, that, and the third. Pac came from a really political background.
Ooh.
So there's no way to say exactly what type of man he would be right now. Mm-hmm. He might have shunned rap by now. He might have kept doing it and just became better and better and better at it, or he might have turned into an actor. He might have been Will Smith, essentially.
Right.
Nobody knows what Pac would have been, but to compare, the only comparison of Pac and Kendrick is they both claim the West Coast. In my personal opinion.
Why do you all think that everyone is to the point now where they're trying to find either something that is negative or something to discredit Kendrick, but in all actuality, the movement to me appears to be beyond the diss and it's more positive. Like I feel like people are reaching for you. We grabbing for straws at this point
because that's what we do.
Is that just culturally or what?
Not saying us, not saying the people who are sitting at this table
because they're not like us.
Exactly.
I see you.
But a lot of times people have to find a negative angle to almost anything. Like you could be out here and say, I'm giving away shoes. I saw this. I'm giving away shoes to kids who don't have them. And then somebody will be like, Yeah, but they wasn't Jordans. Why'd you give them kids all the
Or you
cheap
just want to
shoes?
tell people you giving away shoes.
That part.
It's like you didn't realize.
there
you
is
know,
some of that though.
Yeah.
There is.
There is, but you still missed the point that the kids are getting the shoes.
Yeah.
That's the point.
You know, and so like, look, coming from a time in, you know, and like I said, I'm not going to compare St. Louis to Los Angeles, but I just remember when the Crip and Blood thing was very real and it's very dangerous to the point where like, if there was a mall there called Northwest Plaza, I didn't dare wear any Chicago Bulls gear to Northwest Plaza.
Smart man.
And I saw Crips and Bloods all on one stage, and people were hugging and showing love, and we're all in pictures together.
And you know, people will say, they'll say, okay, wow, he got gang members together, quote unquote. Somebody's gonna die tomorrow, so what does that really mean? Or it's just
that's such a Karen thing to say.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro. It's like there's so many of these. There's so many random darts for no reason from people that I know that don't really like. You don't even like Drake,
or you don't even care.
You don't care. Like you really don't even like Drake. You're finding anything.
Well, the problem is, and I can't even necessarily say it's a problem, but the issue is. It's easier to listen to Drake, man. At the end of the day, we've talked about certain type of listeners when it comes to this music thing. It's easier for people to listen to Drake and to relate to Drake on just that fact that it's easier to listen to him. Mm-hmm. They don't want to listen to Kendrick. They generally call people slower and boring that talk about social issues,
substance,
political things.
I'm having issues with myself, and I'm making music about it. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. Drake has never given you that, so they're comfortable in that pocket. A lot of times, people aren't comfortable with themselves enough to listen to a Drake. Not a Drake, but a Kendrick, because it makes them feel a certain type of way, and they're not comfortable with that, so they don't like it. They just turn it off again. And we've had this conversation since the first episode. Drake is a pop star, so he actually relates to more people on that level. They don't relate to Kendrick the same way. They want Drake to continue to win because he makes music that's easier for them to relate to, as far as just I want a boogie type shit. And they're using the They Ain't Like Us as, well, y'all talk about Drake only makes pop records, but Kendrick's biggest record right now is a pop record that everybody's dancing to. And it's still not his biggest record.
Yeah,
first of all, it's not his biggest record. Let's get that out there.
It's making a huge impact right now. It's going down as a song of the summer. Everybody's dancing and having fun to this song. Granted, that's cool. It's a way for them both to exist to the point where you're not delusional, a denial of what's going on here when it comes to this Kendrick and Drake thing. Mm-hmm. And to your point, as far as him showing the unity and things like that on stage, I mean, that was a solid effort for him to pull everybody together like that. It's just to let you know that I'm on a united front. You told me I wasn't this, I wasn't that, but yet I got all these people up on stage backing me. Mm-hmm. There's people on stage that you were shouting out in your song trying to get them on your side, but they're on stage with me.
And you know what's crazy? I've also saw you're absolutely right, but the angle where, it's easy for him to just be around a whole bunch of people that like him at home. No, it's not. How many rappers have you heard?
It's still LA at the end of the day.
But many? You know how hard it is to get people from LA on stage together?
Ask Boosie about going home.
Nipsey died.
Thank you, bro.
I mean, what are we talking
Somebody
about?
from his own set killed him.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why
LA is a dangerous place.
Yeah. Why are y'all trying to downplay that fam can actually go back to the crib? I saw little boys dancing, little girls dancing. Like, they was just out there having a good time.
You saw cultural icons from LA out there, man.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
So Dr. Dre to come out the house.
It's corny to try to reach for things to discredit him just because. I'd rather you just say, you know what? I think Kendrick Lamar is overrated. I don't really like him. He's a dope
that's what
rapper.
They're gonna say anyway.
But just say that though. But don't be corny and try to reach for stuff. Like, that's corny to me.
I saw the comparison. I was like, well, Kendrick's not Tupac. He's not a revolutionary like Tupac. And I'm just like, I don't think that he's trying to be a revolutionary like Tupac was. Like, I don't think he's trying to do that.
And this is what I don't get. So they'll say that, but then in the same token, the same voice will sit up and try to tell you that 𝐀𝐿 is the comparison of Tupac.
Yeah,
I don't know if those are the same people or not, but
he's not lying though.
I've seen that as well. But and
they'll call us old if we say he's not a comparison to Tupac.
Yeah,
I know they have because when we talk,
when we say he's not a comparison to Tupac, but
But people are just grabbing at straw. Like you can't acknowledge, hey, I don't care what side of the coast, what side of the country you're on. I watched that, and I watched a whole bunch of rappers I didn't even know, and it was like, this is dope.
How can you like?
And then when I saw him come out and do They Not Like Us like
5 times,
6 times.
Go ahead, Lon.
No,
Yeah.
but like, how can you claim to like love hip hop in the culture and not appreciate that moment? Like
That's weird
because
to
you
me,
are
bro.
a hater.
That's
That's
amazing
weird to
moment.
They were literally watching to hate
It's
because
just-
y'all witnessed it too.
It was
That's
just-
what gets me. Y'all are literally watching the same thing and then telling people, "Oh, ain't nobody vibing to this concert but people out west." But you're not from out west, and you watch the exact same thing that everybody else was watching.
Like-
it literally has the most views for a live show on Amazon right now.
And that's that in itself is hilarious to me because there's been a narrative that says Kendrick needs Drake in order to do the XYZ. I'm like,
you remember Drake and Kanye did their concert on Amazon as well.
And didn't nobody
they
care.
did.
It didn't do the same numbers.
They did.
Here he is. He ain't said. Kanye ain't said nothing about freeing Larry Hoover since.
First of all,
Nah, man.
first of all, that was a whole bunch of bull. Even when Kanye came out and tried to jump into this, nobody cared. So that's neither here nor there. But with Drake and Kendrick, it's like, fam, just let him cook. Like he's cooking. Like it's cool. Nobody's saying Drake's not a great artist. I'm past the battle. I don't care about that no more. I don't care about who won. Just let him cook.
No, but Drake gave Kendrick new life because without this beef, he wouldn't have this hot single.
I just hate even like we're talking about the greatness that Kendrick's doing. I hate even bringing Drake up in this
It's crazy.
conversation.
Exactly. I don't.
But
I'm
he's
not-
tied. He's tied to
I
it
don't
though,
care,
bro.
man. Like I don't care.
The majority of that concert was about
Okay.
a celebration of
You're right.
culture, a
Y'all
celebration
right.
of
Y'all
hip
right.
hop,
On Juneteenth.
a celebration of the West Coast.
Y'all
And
right.
like you can go into it and be like, man, the West Coast is like you cannot say nothing about the West Coast and their contribution to
Y'all
hip hop.
right.
Nah,
Y'all
you
are right.
can't.
Y'all are right.
That is what it is. Okay, yeah,
I'll take that.
At the end, of course, he started with Euphoria, and then he ended
That's
with They Not
silly
Like.
to come out.
And he let it breathe
But
though.
think about
Euphoria.
how much was before that, and then in between that,
Tyler, the Creator.
when they went crazy when Tyler got out there.
Man,
And who? Somebody. I can't remember who it was, but it was like, I mean, you knew Dre was going to come out. No, I didn't.
No, you
He
didn't.
never comes out. To get Dr. Dre to
sometimes
pop
you gotta
out.
pop out and show man. That's all I'm saying.
Melissa.
What's crazy is we had a segment last week where Terry goes, "See dead people." Right before like everything starts. That was before this concert happened.
Yep.
Oh man,
It's
that's
actually
crazy.
Super crazy.
Man, shout out to Kendrick, man. I see the wave. I hope the video goes up. I hope they run the numbers
it's
up.
going up.
Look,
I mean,
And I hope he got an album
this
coming.
is really
I
his
don't care.
summer. If he does have an album coming out right now, this is his summer. You might as well tuck everything else in.
I don't even need to. It's crazy. I just said last
It's already
week.
his summer with her. Not
No,
even
it's a
with
wrap.
album.
It's a wrap.
I said last week that I don't care for concerts at all, and then I'm watching this and like, oh, this looks pretty
I
cool.
would-
That one would have been dope, right, Lone?
Yeah.
That one would have
I
been
don't,
dope.
I don't know. I know there's OVO Fest or whatever coming
Who cares?
Boo this man. I
know.
hate to sound so
Like-
American, but I don't.
up.
Hey yo, hey, listen, man. OVO Fest, y'all have a good time.
OVOs.
Hey, listen, don't bother me a bit. When I saw Westbrook and DeRozan, and I saw J Rock,
Imagine DeRozan though. DeRozan,
He like
who
6'7",
who
6
played in Toronto.
Yeah.
and
Getting
is in
shout-outs
LA
from Drake.
saying they not like us. And you know what's funny? So, and this ain't a shot at y'all, Canada. We love y'all too, but y'all had a DJ that was mixing "They Not Like Us" with
I saw that.
"They Never Loved Us" or something by Drake. What song was that?
No, I know what you're talking about.
Anyway,
Can't tell you.
Say
Yeah.
Lone.
Anyway, "They Not Like Us" canceled that joint out, man.
Yeah.
I'm just sorry. It is what it is.
And you know
He's
DeRozan
like,
100%.
never loved us. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the one.
And you know DeRozan 100% from Compton. Like Westbrook, they from out there.
Yeah.
So when I saw that, and I saw even with J Rock, and I think it was J
Black
Rock
hippie, that whole thing jumped off.
when they were helping Absol, because I didn't realize Absol had the issue with his vision.
yeah.
I didn't realize that.
That's why he always has on shades.
I did not know that. So when I saw them helping him out before he did like the 616 in LA joint or whatever, that was a dope moment. Like him doing the ad libs for
There's a
him and
bunch
just
of
being out
dope
there with him.
moments.
I just think
There's
the
a
whole
lot of dope
I just think
moments,
the
man.
whole
they
thing,
brought Tommy the Clown out. It was dope.
Yeah.
the whole thing,
The
was
culture
just
was
good.
out.
The whole thing was great. Like
It was.
you can't. I don't see how you can say that you're a hip hop lover or part of it or anything to that manner,
Was
and
Cor-
have any type of criticism to break Drake up at all.
And
like, shut up, man.
And what's corny?
Cue the Dick Gregory clip.
Yeah.
You keep talking, man.
Come on, man.
You keep talking. And nobody said Drake wasn't a great artist. This just was nobody said that. But this ain't it.
This is not
his
time.
time.
You win some and you lose some, but you fight another day.
That's right.
You're gonna find somebody else to fight, man.
Debo just knocked you out, fam, and it's all right. It's all right. Get up, Craig.
Craig's got an album coming out. I wonder if Pusha T gonna say something to him.
You know Pusha T's gonna say something to him.
Yeah, that's what I was posting on Facebook. Get up, Craig. Get up. Get up, Craig.